Nigel, an entertaining game, 4 goals, a win, and you're over the 50-point mark.
Yeah, perfect night. We could have scored more as well. They could have done. I think if it had finished about 8-5 or 8-6, something like that, would have been a fair reflection. But good entertainment for everybody, and lovely to see a smile on everybody's face with 4 goals and 3 points.
Yeah, 4 goals you've scored at home for the first time this season.
Well, that says something that, we've been close to doing it, I think, in terms of the efforts and chances we've created. But it was nice to finish still looking for a better decision making and better quality in the final third.
Because you headed into this one without any real pressure, did that show on the field?
Oh, definitely. You saw that from the first few minutes. That burden was lifted, that sort of dark cloud that's been over us for the last 2 or 3 months of relegation. That was lifted and played with a little bit more freedom. It's impossible to do that when you are fighting relegation. Impossible. And anybody says, oh yeah, we'll still play the same. Players can't do that. They know the situation and the gravity of the situation, and everybody tenses up a little bit. And nothing typified that more than the 4th goal, where Will Evans lets go with his wrong foot. And I don't think he even tries that if we're in the situation that we were a couple of weeks ago.
Why is that?
Because everyone's don't want to make mistakes, and you play safe. When you get 20, we always encourage the players to get a shot. Maybe not with your wrong foot doing that too often, but to encourage them. And there was situations where we turned down shots from 20-25 yards when we should be getting a strike off.
What a great start you got off to. 2 goals within the opening 10 minutes.
Yeah, I thought the first goal was good. A lovely little ball from Dom Dwyer and George Maris across the near post. Very difficult to stop that and defend that. But I thought the 2 strikers were the difference tonight. They played very well. First time I think they played up front together.
He's looked good, hasn't he? Useful, Dom Dwyer, since he's come in.
Yeah, I think that's a little bit disrespectful in some ways because he's an ex-international. So
no, I didn't say it with surprise.
No. So he is a good player. You can see that. The only thing is he hasn't played for a few months, and he's only had a few weeks with us to try and get up to speed. But I think you've seen him getting better and better. But he's a good player and has been for 10 years or more at high level.
Will Evans looked back to his best tonight?
Yeah, he's had that 4 games off with the gash in his foot, and you see the difference that a breather, a rest gets him. He looks fresh. We've got a couple of very good goals, and he's been playing, I think, very, very tired in the last couple of months.
Deji Oshilaja had to go off on 37 minutes. Stephen Quinn was his replacement. What's the prognosis with Deji?
Yeah, he's just stretched his groin a little bit, overstretched. So we won't be seeing Deji again this season, unfortunately. He was magnificent again the time he was on tonight, and really gives us an opportunity to go and play in a certain way where we can press. We just wanted to keep that pace back there, and that's why we brought Quinny on, not back there, but move Elliott across and Jordan, so we could just keep pressing them as best we could. Sometimes didn't want Flinty to get exposed, but he comes on and does his job in the last half an hour just the same.
Let's speak about Deji then, because as you said there, this will be the last time we see him this season. He's been Herculean at the back, hasn't he? Has he been the player of the season, would you say? Well,
everybody will have a different opinion on that, but I don't think we've had too many better than him. I think he stood out, and he came in as sort of, I'm a bit of a midfielder as well, I can do that, but we think his defensive qualities are too strong in that area, and we wouldn't want to push him one on it too often. He's one of those as a striker. He's horrible to play against. He really is. He's niggly. He gets a foot in there. He gets tight. Even in training, they don't like playing against him. He's that sort. But he was excellent again tonight.
Back to the match. Were you going to get the abacus out in the second half to try and count the score? It was chance after chance.
It was, and we should have scored more again. Although we've scored 4 for the first time, we should have scored more, and better decisions and better finishing again when these games are tighter. Next season, as they will be at times, we need players to make sort of more quality in that final third. But that's the challenge, I think, for everybody. That's why Birmingham paid £15 million for a striker, to see them over the line.
And you handed the debut to goalkeeper Owen Mason. Seemed to have a good night. Couldn't do much about the 2 goals.
No, he couldn't. I thought he made some good saves early on. His distribution was okay. You can see he kicks it. He's a brilliant build, and he kicks it a very long way. And a memorable night for him. League debut he will always remember, and a win as well. So if he'd had kept a clean sheet, that would have been perfect. But great occasion for him.
Coming away from this one, any updates elsewhere?
in terms of injuries and so on. Don't think so. Don't think anybody will be back. Aaron Lewis has got a little bit of a chance for Saturday, but I think he'll be the only one.
And I've spoken to you a lot this week. Any update on yourself?
Well, we've spoken just a day or so ago, so no, not a lot in 24 hours, no. We had a brilliant meeting with the chairman this morning, discussed a range of things. We all did, the staff and everything, so he was in good form, and it was good to just sort of explain how we want to try and take things forward in the next 12 months, and hopefully we're going to get on with that.
Looking forward to Saturday, the last game of the season?
Yeah, of course. It's funny because it's gone quick again. It doesn't seem that long ago since we were going to Barnsley. I'd say the last 3-4 months have dragged at times, but I think the season's gone quite quickly. We're on over 50 points. Let's enjoy the last game.
Can you enjoy Saturday?
Yeah, I hope so. We enjoy tonight. We enjoy most of the games, honestly. It's just when you don't get your rewards and you make a mistake in the last 5-10 minutes, or somebody puts them in the top corner and you just think we didn't deserve that, and we should have got to the 50-point mark a lot sooner, and that'll be the aim next season.
Thank you. See you Saturday.
Thank you.